that I platinumed from my backlog is actually a game that I didn't platinum from my backlog. It's in fact an unobtainable platinum. FIFA 15, one of the recent games to become unobtainable now that the online servers have been shut down. And so, if, like me, you haven't unlocked all the online trophies, then it will be impossible to obtain. So we have yet another game to add to the Faruski Platinum Graveyard. May you rest in peace. Next on the list is FIFA 18. Another unobtainable for me. Not really doing well in platinuming games, are we? Anyway, with this game, there was a bit more than just an unobtainable. I didn't realize it was unobtainable until after I popped a few trophies. Now, back when I first got the game, I did most of the offline trophies, so essentially, I just needed a few miscellaneous trophies like It's What I Do and Fake It But Make It. As for the online ones, I needed pretty much all of them. So the first thing I did was unlock the Your Own Path and tailored trophies for assigning skill points to my online pro, and then I popped the You've Got a Friend in Me trophy, with some help from Karen's Big Boss. What a legend. Everything was going according to plan. Or so I thought. Shortly after logging into Ultimate Team, I realized I wasn't able to platinum this game either because the Daily Challenges trophy became unattainable in 2019. And unlucky for me, I didn't pop it back then. So yet another FIFA added to the unobtainables list. I'm gonna be honest, I'm a bit disappointed, but I'm also a bit relieved about this one. FIFAs are a hell of a grind to platinum. Next, we have FIFA 17. You can kind of see a pattern forming here, can't you? Anyway, like the other FIFAs, I popped a fair amount of trophies when I first got the game, so I didn't have many left. First ones to pop were the Friendship Endures and the Still Friends trophies, which I did with a little help from Star Wars 0508, and then I popped the Just Warming Up trophy, also with help from Star Wars 0508, Geordie Lad 82 UK, and Lewis _Y123. Thank you, legend. With those trophies popped, that was pretty much all I needed boosting help with, so then I moved on to the online trophies that I could do on my own. The first one was the Here We Go trophy, which was popped by winning a season in the seasons mode. I then entered and won the single player foot tournament for the practice run trophy, and after that I scored 50 goals with one single player for the half a century trophy. I did this with a midfielder. I didn't do it on purpose, it was just the top scorer on the team, so I went with him. Of course I did the easiest tournament over and over again and just made sure the top scorers scored as many goals per game as possible. Then I finally had one more trophy left. The one I was dreading the most, which was to win the online foot tournament. Not only is it expensive to enter, 15,000 coins to be precise, but it meant I really needed to be good at the game because I'd be playing against other players. Unlucky for me, the servers are that dead, I can't even get a game with anyone. And to be honest, I doubt I'd find people online who are willing to spend a ton of money just so I can win. So I guess this is another game to be added to the unobtainables. Next is FIFA 16. And yeah, the pattern carries on. Now I don't even own this game yet, but I know for a fact that it will be an unobtainable because this game also has the Trial of Power trophy. And if there's no one on the FIFA 17 servers, then there sure as hell won't be anybody on the FIFA 16 servers. And I don't want to spend money on a game that I most likely won't be able to platinum, so this is another one to be added to the unobtainables list. Are we doing well? We've covered like 4 games, they're all FIFAs, and up to now, they're all unobtainable. For a video that's meant to be games that are platinum from my backlog, I don't seem to be platinum many games, but I mean, I'm clearing them from my backlog, so... Next is the first game that was actually platinumed from my backlog. Thank you. Thank you. This game was DigimonStory Cyber Sleuth. A grind fest and a half, may I add. One of the reasons why I gave up on this game back when I first got it. Nonetheless, I loved this game and it was fun going back to it. I actually do recommend this game if you guys are into Pokemon. Just keep in mind, it's a grind fest and a half to get the platinum. Now, the story's okay. It's nothing special, but it was interesting enough to keep me hooked. The gameplay is very similar to Pokemon, which is what I love the most about it. And the cherry on top is that you can actually have all the Digimon in this game. I did unlock most of the trophies the first time I played the game, except for a few miscellaneous trophies, the online trophy, the collectibles, and to 100% the game. I basically gave up when I got to a point where I had to just grind like crazy. Back then, in usual Faruski fashion, I never used to upload my saves up to the cloud, so this time around I had to start a new game again. I played through the story again, finished it, and made sure I did all the side quests as well. In the process, I unlocked the Quiz Master trophy, which was for answering my Digimon correctly. And then after the story was done, I started with the other miscellaneous trophies I had left. The next one to unlock was the Standing Room trophy, which was for having the maximum amount of Digimon in all the farms. You know, easy enough. And then started the massive grind. The collectibles, aka the Digimon medals. Now there are 3 ways you can get these medals: from the gacha machines, from enemy drops, and from solving cases that you unlock by investigating in the farms. First and foremost, I did the easiest ones, which were the gacha machine ones. I made sure I saved all the money I collected up to this point just to be able to get all the medals from the machines. And although these were the easiest to get, it was still tedious because it's all RNG. So it meant I had to do nothing but mindlessly press X until the right one dropped. For hours. Once I was finally done, I moved on to the cases medals, which are pretty much fetch quests, which were also RNG, which again took countless hours. While I was doing the cases though, I got to max sleuth level and unlocked the best cyber sleuth trophy. Anyway, I got very bored of doing these cases over and over and over and over again, so I went ahead and did the online trophy. So with a little bit of help from Rain of Fire 88, I got the 30 online wins and popped the Battle Master trophy. Then back to the case grind it was, where I spent more countless hours doing the cases until I eventually got all the medals from them. So it's finally time to move on to the enemy drop medals, which guess what? They're also RNG. God, I hate RNG. I was doing this for even more countless hours and barely getting any drops. So I had no choice but to search online. And in my search, I found a post that said the drops are higher if you change the difficulty to hard. So I did, and it actually worked. So I got the rest of the enemy drop medals I could, which finally led me to the final few enemy drops, which were linked to the offline Coliseum. By the way, the Coliseum is no joke. I had to make sure I had the right Digimon in my party and they had to all be maxed out, which meant, you know it, more grinding for levels this time. Anyway, after countless hours of grinding for levels, and after a few attempts, I beat the Legendary Cup, unlocking the Pro Gamer Trophy, and straight after that, I also beat the Master Cup, which unlocked the Master Gamer Trophy. Now all I had left to do was maximize the cam of 30 Digimon, which was easy enough because the prize for beating the Master Cup was 50 Friendship DX, which raises your Digimon cam by 25%. After beating the Coliseum, I realized I didn't pop the medals trophy, so obviously when I was doing the cases, I missed out some. So grinding for cases we went again, until I finally got the last medal, which popped the Legendary Medal Collector Trophy, and with that, I raised 30 Digimon's cam to 100%, and finally popped the Best Friend Trophy, and of course, the Platinum Trophy as well. In total, this journey took me 113 hours and 52 minutes. I can fully understand why I gave up on this trophy back in the day. I can fully understand if you want to give up on this platinum nowadays. This was a hell of a grind. Keep in mind, I had a lot of hours where I was idle, either because I was writing notes or I was just taking a break from my spiral into depression. So it's likely you can platinum the game a little bit faster, but keep in mind, it's still a hell of a time commitment. Finally, we have The Division 2, which was the other game I platinumed. Again, I did most of the trophies back in the day. I finished the game and all the missions on hard, as well as most of the miscellaneous trophies. And back then, everything was going well. Until I started all the bounties. I did all the bounties, but the trophy didn't pop for me. Again, I did a little searching online and I found out that it was bugged. It annoyed me so much that I put the game away and I never touched it again until now. By the way, if you guys want to avoid getting this trophy bugged, what you need to do is you need to make sure you don't die whilst you're doing the mandatory bounties. If you do die, there's a high chance that the trophy is going to get bugged for you as well. Anyway, since the bounties you need for the trophy aren't repeatable, I had to start a brand new character and do the bounties with him. So I started a new game and redid all the bounties and made sure I didn't die this time, which was pretty boring since I'd done the whole game already. Not to mention time consuming because I had to reach level 25 to unlock them all. Only when you're playing on your own and you're just clearing area after area after area that you realize how repetitive this game is. Nonetheless, I killed all the bounties and this time the big game Hunter trophy popped after a while of waiting. Thank God. You know, for games that have a delay between the time you meet the requirements to unlock a trophy and the time the trophy pops, this is one of the worst for it. Have a mini panic attack just before you unlock any trophy. Anyway, next I tackled the collectibles, which only needed one more, which was getting a suit of cards, which to be fair, I did in a few hours, so the Suits You Sir trophy was popped. Lastly, I just needed the trophies that needed some boosting. And lucky for me, I found a legend in the making who goes by the name of Crazy Pete 1988. Not only did he help me get them all, he also got another player involved to help us out as well, called Maxi Taxi 1983. A massive shout out to both of these legends. First trophies to unlock were the Dark Zone ones, so I jumped to an occupied Dark Zone first, where I had to cut the rope of an extraction for the Dark Zone occupied hijack trophy. After that, I needed to extract contaminated gear from each of the Dark Zones and kill a rogue agent in each of the Dark Zones. That also went smooth sailing, and the Dark Zone takedown and the Dark Zone extraction trophies are out the way. Then to finish it off, I needed to face off against another clan, and I needed to win a conflict match. Now, as soon as I started the conflict, the clan war trophy popped, and after a very heavy loss in conflict, which I'll just wipe from my memory, the second time we started one, everybody quit, and we won. So I popped the first among equals trophy alongside the platinum. So thank you, quitters. Love it when a good plan comes together. Now, I don't know exactly how long this platinum took, but I would say around 20 to 30 hours. I've been playing it on and off since like the 18th of August, so that's going to be my rough estimate.